everybody. I'll be back though for Celeste or Baba Is You. Suppose the song in it anyways. I can't stay. That's alright. It's fine. I am just chilling. If I'm being serious though, if I'm being serious though, I'll slay the spire or nothing stream crash. What are you saying? I genuinely I don't know. Anyway, today is the very first of what I am going to be calling Random Friday. Maybe I'll choose a better name, but that's what it is for now. So basically how this is going to work is every Friday, I don't know what the hell that noise was, but every day, or every Friday of every week, unless the stream is canceled of course, I will names.com wheel. I'll allow viewer suggestions of course, and then at the beginning of the stream I'll spin the wheel, and that's what we'll do for the stream. If we decide to change off of the game that we are playing, we'll just spin the wheel again, unless people want to vote. I don't really know. I do gotta say, I do have to fix this little thing here. This is off. It says 26, but I have 27. I don't know what's with that. I gotta fix that later. Okay, but for now, I'm gonna give it a minute because I gotta make sure I got everything ready. So I'm just gonna mute. Give me just a second. I gotta go grab a water. Okay, I'm back. Now I am going to put this stream and all Random Friday streams into like an organized playlist, like with other things. That might sound weird, but whatever. I will also, after Random Friday stream is over, I will go back and edit the name of the stream to be what we ended up doing, in case people want to decide without having to click on the thing. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Now you'll see over here that, okay, complete reset of cookie clicker. That's fine with me. If I had landed on Celeste, I roll it again, and then if I land on Celeste the second time, I would play it. That's the little rule. So let me find cookie clicker here. I do have it installed. I do have to make sure I remove my mods from the workshop. Subscribed items. Unsubscribe from all. Manage. Properties. Installed files. How do I... Hold on, let me Google this real quick. WAP. How to completely reset cookie clicker Steam. Okay. Okay, now it's just a button in the game. Okay, that's fine. Steam, is that? Open up cookie clicker, I guess. Why do I have 510 achievements? It's a lot of achievements. Now, I haven't played this in a while. Don't remember anything about it. Options. Delete all progress? Yes. Yes. Do it. My God. It's still not done draining all my cookies back down to 0. Okay, there we go. There we go. Cookie clicker and bang. Okay, well that's a little funky. Is there like a full screen option? Bang. There we go. Now, I do have like a mod on here from my previous playthrough, and I couldn't figure out how to remove that. Let me see if I can get that turned off before we start. Manage mods. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Okay. There we go. And we're good. Guess we just play Cookie Clicker now. Haven't done this in a while. What should your bakery name be? Let's just call it Valentine's. Valentine's. Hold on. Valentine's Bakery. No, that's Valentine's Bakery. There we go. I'm not going to use my auto click or anything. I'll play the game legitimately. I guess since it's Cookie Clicker, this will be more of a talky kind of stream than anything. What could I talk about? Could I tell a story or something? Went to the Renaissance Fair recently. Not to have to mention the Renaissance. I don't like that guy. Can't stand him. But I went to the Renaissance Fair. The ticket price was $30, which is only hitting me now that was $30 just to get in. I feel like 15 would have been fair, but I guess it was a big event. A lot of people there. There was a lot of cool stuff there. I got myself this cool little wooden knife thing. I just realized my game isn't making any sounds. Pop that down to 25. Volume to 50. But yeah, so I went to the Renaissance Fair, and there's a lot of cool stuff there. I got this little cool wooden knife. It's like a dagger thing, but it's made of wood. It's painted black. It's pretty neat. I got a cool wizard hat. I showed that off in a picture I sent in Discord. But, okay, we're getting gray moss. There was a lot of cool like, actual, like, weapons. I went into this, helmet armor, like, store. It was, like, an actual building. They had, like, real buildings and stuff. And I went in there, and I'm kind of a hat fanatic. I really like hats. I don't know why. It's just a thing. And I like having hats. Hats are cool. I've got... Hold on, let me count how many hats I have in my room right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's... Yeah, 13. Okay. Did I count that one? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, it's 13. I have 13 hats in my room at this exact moment in time. 2 of them I can't wear because they're from when I was a little kid, but they still count for the hat total. But, so I went in there and it's like, oh yeah, hats are so cool. And helmets are just like metal hats. And I really offended this one guy who works there, apparently. I was with one of my friends, and I didn't and I went upstairs after I had said that, but my friend lagged behind a little. And when they came up there, they were like, hey, Valentine, well, they said my real name, but they said, Valentine, I think you really offended, you really made that one guy mad down there. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, well, you said that helmets are just kind of like metal hats. And I was like, yeah, they are. They are to me, at least. And my friend was like, well, that made them like really angry. And I was like, why? Like, I understand that I should be more sensitive about that kind of thing, because some people take things very seriously, especially when it's like their job, like the helmets are for that guy. But personally, I don't really see it. I didn't really get it, because to me, helmets really are just metal hats, you know? But there's a lot of other cool stuff. I went to this one place. There was a real, genuine, like, shack for, like, leather stuff. Like there was, like bracers for your arm. There's like holsters for pistols and that kind of stuff. And they had these really cool plague doctor's masks that I really liked. There was this one really cool purple one. It had like real glass little eyes, and it was all leather, and it was apparently laser engraved, the engravings, which was crazy. Like, why you use lasers for this? I didn't even know. I find it very interesting how, like, when I was a kid, I was just like, oh, lasers are so cool. They're just magical beams that destroy stuff in movies. But lasers are actually like real like manufacturing tools. People use lasers for that kind of thing all the time, like engravings and all that kind of stuff. And that's so weird to me, the concept that lasers actually exist and are used for stuff. Because, you know, that's not what a laser is. A laser is a cool magical beam that destroys stuff. I don't... But, yeah, that's cool. It was really cool. I really wanted to get that, because I was like, oh, that would be so awesome. Because then I could do, like, face cam, and I'd have a cool-ass Plague Doctor's mask. But it was $200, and I just don't have that kind of money. And I was like, okay, I'll come back next year, and if I have the money, I'll get it done. They had a lot of cool hats. When I went to the Renaissance Fair, my goal was to get one or multiple, or one at least of either a wizard hat, which I did get, like a crown, like a little plastic, or not metal, but a little crown that I could wear, or a jester's hat. I actually had this really cool idea for a jester's hat a little while back that I told my friends about, and they were like, yo, this is actually a pretty cool idea for a hat. Basically, I'm going to turn the game audio down a little bit more. I think 10 is good. And basically, the idea for the hat is it's kind of like a combo jester hat, wizard hat, where it's like the classic blue with gold stars wizard hat, but at the top, it's got like little magnetic jingle bells that when you pull apart, golden cookie, that when you pull apart, have it will like separate into like 4 little arms that are like the jester hat thingies, whatever you call them, and then it's a jester hat. And you put them back up, connect them together with the jingle bells or some other method, and it turns back into a wizard's hat. It's got like the big old wizard hat brim, you know, like they have. Like mine has, and I think it'd be really cool. It's gonna be hell to have to find like an actual artisan who knows how to make that kind of thing, but I think that if that hat was made, it would be really cool. Yeah, I've just been kind of chilling as of recently. I I only work 2 days a week, so I don't really got that much to do. So I just kind of chill most of the time. Because my job is pretty easy for me. I'm like a janitor. And so I just do that 2 days a week, and then that gives me enough money to do whatever I want to do. And so, basically, 5 days a week, I'm just chilling, playing games, hanging out. That's why I really like doing the live streaming thing. Although nobody really watches me, I hope people will eventually, or at least people will use me as background noise. That's one of the highest honors, in my opinion, is to be some background noise for someone. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it just gives me something to do, you know? It lets me talk and maybe have someone here. Because a lot of the time I feel like the random blah, 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 blah I'm always talking about, I don't think anybody really wants to hear all that. I'm going to be honest. Kind of regretting my ban on my auto clicker, but I'm a man of my word. I said no auto clicker. No auto clicker. Sorry, hold on. I was checking Discord. I thought I got a notification, but then I realized I didn't. See, you know how next to Discord's icon there's a little red and white dot, and that changes to like a 1 or a 2, depending on how many notifications you had. I thought that was that, but it was actually the red symbol next to OBS that says that I'm streaming right now. Yeah. I haven't ever really played Cookie Clicker like seriously outside of when I was at school. When I was in high school. It's such a weird sentence to say. That was a year ago. It's been a full year since I got out of high school. It's so weird to me to think of that. But when I was in high school, the oldest sentence I've ever said to date, except for that time I complained about my back hurting and the fact that I had to pay my taxes. Um, I had my little Chromebook, and on my Chromebook, I would play on Cool Math Games all the time instead of doing my work because I would get my work done really fast and then play Cool Math Games, that kind of thing. Or I'd just not do my work, but don't tell anybody. But so I would always be on Cool Math Games, and my favorite thing to do was the clicker games because of how simple they are. You just care about efficiency and nothing else. I one time there's this one game, I think it's called Idle Dice. It's kind of fun. You roll dice and it's like gambling. But I had that game down to such a science that I was going through it so fast that it was like barely keeping up. And one time I had a really funny idea, and I was like, hey, real quick, I don't remember his name. I probably shouldn't say his real name either. But there's a guy at our table who we hung out with. Like, we had like our lunch table that we would always hang out at during lunch and talk to each other. And at our lunch table, there was this one guy, and one day I was like, hey, real quick, can you just press spacebar for the remainder of the conversation at lunch today? And he was like, sure. And so I gave him my little Chromebook and had him just press spacebar. And it was the funniest thing because I had 100% automated a clicker game by just getting external labor. It was the funniest thing. It wasn't that funny or creative. You could do that without having the whole thing set up. You could just have like a macro that goes and presses space. But I still haven't figured out macros yet. I just don't know how they work. I feel like they're not that complicated, and I could watch like a 10-minute YouTube tutorial on how they work, and then I could understand them fine. But yeah, my finger hurts. I think I'm generating cookies fast enough that my clicks aren't mattering anymore anyway. I just saved to 10,000 so I can buy the little click upgrade there. What does that one do? The mouse and cursors are twice as efficient. Look, Ma, both hands. But yeah, I always like to play clicker games until the point when opening the tab with the game would legitimately crash my computer. Like with that Idle Dice game, I got it to that point. I did the same with Clicker Heroes. I did the same with... weirdly enough, I don't think I ever did it with Cookie Clicker. I did it with Clicker Heroes. I did it with Idle Dice. I did it with... There's others. There's other clicker games, but I can't think of them right now. There was a newer one, like on my last year's school, like with like 3-4 months to go. There was this one, I think it was like Tower of Babel or something, where you get bricks and you build the tower and the tower goes higher, and then your tower got knocked down. You start from the beginning type deal. But yeah, I really like them. I really loved playing games on Cool Math Games. There was this one specific game that I really liked because it's like a fake IQ test. Or it's a real IQ test, I guess, technically. IQ tests are stupid. IQ isn't real. People are like, oh, my IQ is 240 billion. Yours is a mere 16. This is why you don't understand Star Wars or something. I don't fucking know. But it was like you go through the game and you do these little logistical puzzles and all this kind of stuff, and at the end, based on your answers, how many power-ups you used, how many answers you got right and wrong, that kind of thing, it would give you like an estimated number, and it's like, your IQ is blank, or I think it actually did that throughout the game. There's like a little panel on the floor that goes, your IQ is blank, and then you get to the end of the game and you answer the final puzzle, and it's like, oh, this is a message from our civilization, blah 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 blah, this or that, and it turns out you were playing as an alien the whole time, and you were actually exploring the lost ruins of Earth or something. Like you were learning about Earth and Earthians and humans and blah blah blah. And I thought that was really funny because when I was in like middle school, maybe late elementary, I think it was early middle school. People would try to play this game, and you would play it for the first time. You would go up to someone, ask if they had played it before, and if they said no, then then you would put the computer in front of them and tell them, go as fast as you can, no looking anything up, blah 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 blah. And then people would be like, oh, who's smarter? And what I did was just I went home and played it before anybody had asked me about it and knew I had played it before. I went home and I played it a bunch of times until I got all the answers memorized. I don't know why I didn't just look up the answers. I was smart enough to be like, yes, I'll do this whole scheme, but I won't look up the answers. I don't know. I was stupid then. I'm stupid now. But so I went through it, memorized all the answers until I got a perfect score, and then like the next day or the day after that, someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, Valentine." Obviously, they said my real name. They said, "Have you played this game before? I played it earlier and I got this score, and they got that score." And I'm like, "Oh no, I've never seen that game before. Can I try?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." And then I just blitzed through it. I wasn't subtle at all. I wasn't like I didn't act like someone who had never seen it before. I just went through it as fast as I could, getting all the answers right. But it was believable enough, and they thought I was like some sort of super omega genius, and it was the funniest thing, seeing their faces. They were like, "Oh my god, how did you do all that?" I'm just like, "I don't know. I guess I'm just that smart." And it was just some stupid little game about like aliens or whatever. I one of my favorite things is to like have an audience, like be in front of a bunch of people and like be like, yes, this and that, and they just listen to you. It's crazy. If you're ever in front of an audience and you speak with any amount of confidence, they just do whatever you say. There was we were in what we called the gamer room because I was in esports in high school. There was the gamer room, which was the room that had like all the PlayStations and Xboxes and PS5s and all that kind of stuff. And one time I was playing Detroit Become Human on my friend's PlayStation 5 that they had brought. Like they signed into their PlayStation 5 account, and they had either brought the PlayStation 5 to the school or it was one of the school's PlayStation 5s. I don't remember. They had signed into their account and they downloaded Detroit Become Human. I was like, "Hey, can I play this?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Because I don't know. So I was sitting there playing it. I had played the game before. I'd seen playthroughs. I played it before. I played it since. But I sat there and I got all my friends to like do like a little chant. We were like, "Yeah, let's kill Todd," because like if you know, Todd is like a drug addict bad guy in the game, and one of the optional paths you can go down is to shoot him, to escape from him. You can kill him. And so I told all my friends about this, and I was like, "We're gonna speed run to kill Todd. We're gonna do all the bad options, and then we're gonna kill Todd." And it was going to be great. And they were like, "Yeah, let's kill Todd. Let's kill Todd. Kill Todd. Kill Todd." Some chant along those lines. And so I'm sitting there, and my friend Bog, actually, I think he was there. I'm pretty sure he was there. We were talking, and it was like, "Let's kill Todd." And then like my other friends came in, and they were like, "Let's kill Todd." Like I don't know. We're not very funny. We just kind of latch on to whatever current bit is going on and then make that our bit of the day. And slowly, like all the people in the room, they're like, "Let's kill Todd." And this sounds like one of those fake stories where you're like, everybody chanted behind me and then they clapped and they were like, "Oh my god, you're so cool." But like you can ask Bog about this. You can ask Soup. And they'll tell you that the whole room is legitimately going, "Let's kill Todd." Enough to the point that a teacher came over and told our teacher, "Hey, listen, those kids in there, they need to be quiet because we're having a quiz in our classroom." And we were like, "Oh my god, we're so sorry, blah blah blah, blah. We're so sorry. It was a video game, blah blah blah." You know, all that panic, whatever kind of stuff. But it was really funny. It was really funny. There was this other time. There's this speedrunner. He is a speedrunner and he does speedrun content, but they're not his speedruns. His name is Tomato Anus. He's on YouTube. Basically, he does like commentated speedruns and he like explains all the tricks and whatever. But during one of his old Fallout 4 speedruns, he told the Snuffleupagus story, which people, which is really funny. He's got two YouTube videos about it. One is his original retelling, or one is his original telling of the story, and the other is a retelling of the story that he did on a later Fallout 4 speedrun. But so he tells the story. It's this whole long-winded, like 30-minute tale, and at the end, it's like all blah. It's really funny. I won't say it in case maybe I want to tell the story myself one of these days. But I thought that was really funny because of what the story was. And so, like, either a week later or the next day at school, I came in. I was like, hey, to my friends, I was, hey, can I tell you guys a story? It's really funny, and they're like, sure. And so I tell them the whole long-winded tale. I tell it to them in like 15 minutes with like parts cut off, just make it quicker. You know, you're time sensitive when you're in school. You only got so long between your little classes and lunch and whatever. And so I tell it to all of them, and then they get really angry, but they think it's really funny. So then they insist that I tell someone else, and so I tell them. And I tell other people. And then one day, at lunch, I'm, like, interrupted. And I'm like, hey, you're your name, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, can you come over here and tell my friends this story? Because one of my friends told me the story that you told them. And I thought that it was really funny. And they said that you tell it really well. I was like, okay. So golden cookie. So I go over to their little friend group. And I tell the story for, like, 6 people. And it's great. They all get really mad, and it's really funny. I like how many of my stories that I'm telling right now seem to just be like the and then everybody clapped. But these are real. These are real. You're allowed to not believe me, but they are real. It feels like an episode of a podcast, except I'm the only guy. I'm just talking. I'm like stories, but it's Cookie Clicker. What else are you gonna do? Oh, I could have gotten upgrades. No! Yeah, worry not. I can now get the upgrades anyway. Cookie Monster. Where do you see your achievements? Give your bakery a name. Oh, 100 billion. Yeah, I got, like, a lot of these achievements on Steam already. This is on Steam. This is Steam Cookie Clicker. I paid $5 for this at some point. I might have gotten it on sale, actually. I don't remember. But yeah. Excited for Monday. I'm gonna play some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy, which is pretty fun. I like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney a lot. It's really cool. But I've just never sat down and played through all the games. I played through, I think originally on an old 3DS I played through the first one. And I've seen playthroughs of them, but it's been a long time and I don't really remember. So I'll be able to be confused and have to like think through all this stuff still probably. But yeah, I'm going to play through all of them and it'll be great. Sorry about my AC in the background. I bet it's annoying. But you know, I gotta have that. I gotta have the AC on. I can turn it off for a minute though. I'll just turn that on when it... What's this? Get to 1 million cookies baked in 25 minutes. Okay. Steam achievement, whatever. Sorry about the music echoing. That's probably going on the stream, but there's not much I can really do about it. Because whenever you use OBS, for some reason it messes up your Bluetooth headphones. I've been looking for a solution to that, but I just can't find one that doesn't just say get a pair of wired headphones, and it's like, thanks, bud. Like, I would wear wired headphones, but, like, the way that my whole position is set up in here, I can't really do that. It's really, really awkward stuff. You might have noticed my, my cursor. Yeah, it's my cursor. Here, I can make this real big for you. There it is. That's my cursor. It's, Slay the Princess. Really like Slay the Princess. It's a good game. Scarlet Hollow is pretty good too. Why is... What? I'm sorry? edition, size 19. I have no idea what has happened to me. Oh! That's weird. I guess it changes differently. That's real weird. I've been watching some older Disney movies with my little brother because I've never seen them myself personally. I wanted to give them a watch. Well, I've seen some of them. Actually, it's about a 50-50 ratio now that I think about it. We watch Emperor's New Groove, which I have seen, and then we watched Treasure Planet, which I hadn't seen, and then we watched Atlantis: The Lost Empire, which I had seen and is my personal favorite Disney movie. And today we were gonna watch The Road to El Dorado, but he had to go home, so we're gonna watch that next week. It's a lot of fun. I personally never watched all the Disney movies. I probably haven't even seen all of what is considered the Disney movie classics. I don't think I've ever seen Snow White. I don't think I've seen Beauty and the Beast. I don't think I've seen Little Mermaid. I think I saw Tarzan. I don't think I've seen what is it? Princess and the Frog. I have missed a lot of them. I've only seen a few. I've seen all the Pixar movies. At least I've seen like 90% of the Pixar movies. Some of them, like the really old ones, like was it Ants? No, that wasn't them. That was Bugs Life. I haven't seen Bugs Life. Was Bugs Life Pixar? I don't know that much about movies. Speaking of movies, something I want to talk about. One of the things that annoys me so much is people who are like, animation is a genre when it's very clearly a medium. It's the same as when people are like, video games can't, kind of like, they're like, video games are different from other forms of art, and it's like, not really. It's just interactive is the only difference. A video game is just a way more complicated choose-your-own-adventure book. Oh, and I love video games that are just choose-your-own-adventure books. I've always loved choose-your-own-adventure books. I got some when I was a little kid at like a Scholastic book fair, and they were great. And I was like, oh my god, this is so much fun. So I love games that are just extensions of that. There's this one series that I've really been looking to try. It's on Steam. It's a video game adaptation of a choose-your-own-adventure book. It's called Sorcery. Yeah, with an exclamation point. Someone Jackson's Sorcery. I think his name was it Peter Jackson's Sorcery. Hold on, I have Steam open. I can just look this up. This isn't okay. Sorcery. Sorcery Parts 1 and 2. Steve Jackson's Sorcery. Yeah, but it's just a choose-your-own-adventure book, literally turned into a video game. Video game. Words. But yeah, it's really cool. I wonder how loud my clicking is on the microphone. Yeah. It's got like a basic Logitech mouse. I had like a gamer mouse thing a while back, but it was annoying. It didn't work. You know, people a lot of the time are like, oh, if you're gonna do like gaming and this kind of stuff, you need to have like a special, you gotta have an RGB keyboard, and you gotta have RGB this and that, and you gotta have a gamer mouse or whatever. You can just buy like a basic Logitech office mouse and you're fine. I do have an RGB keyboard, but that's just because I needed like a cheap keyboard, and there was just this one metal keyboard for like $10 at Five Below, but it has RGB. I could turn the lights on and off, but honestly, not that I like the RGB, but having lights under the keys makes it way easier to like see the keys when I have to look down. I don't have to look down at my keyboard too often, but I have to occasionally get a glance, just be like, where are my fingers type deal. I had this one typing class I was in middle school, and it was so annoying because I have been playing Minecraft since 2016, and my good friend Xbox, I met him on Minecraft, and I played Minecraft every single day, every summer, and every day of the weekend, and basically as much as humanly possible for like a middle schooler to play a video game, I was playing Minecraft. And you know, in Minecraft, there's no voice chat or nothing without mods, of course, but I didn't know any of that at the time, and probably I wouldn't have used it. So you have to speak in the chat, and so I got really good at typing really fast in the chat and putting my fingers back to like a central position, because you know when you're playing Minecraft, if you're right-handed, your most natural position is right hand on the mouse, left hand, a middle finger on W, um, ring ring finger on A, pointer on D, thumb on keyboard, and pinky shift or control. At least that's what it is for me. That's just naturally where my fingers rest. And my hand would always go straight back to the mouse. So, you know, the two fundamentals that they try to teach you in a typing class is like resting your hands in the main position for typing, and then, you know, typing fast. But the thing is, the teacher was kind of strict and was like, no, you gotta do on the home row. You gotta have your fingers on the home row. And it's like, what? Like, because like the F and the J, they got the line under them, so you can find your way around the keyboard. And it was really annoying because it was harder for me to follow the teacher's instructions than it was for me, and it was for other students who had no experience with that kind of thing, because they had to start from 0 and learn their method, but I had to start from like -20 and learn their method type of deal, because I would have to unlearn my little stuff and do that. So what I did was I just learned how to put my fingers on the home row and type just enough when they were looking, and then when they weren't looking, I would go back to the normal Minecraft method and just like crazy and get it all done real fast before they could do anything. And I was like the fastest typer in the little typing class because I ignored the teacher and did my own thing. I did that a lot in math too. In math class, they teach you all these complicated this or that, but honestly, math is really easy for me a lot of the time because of I'm like kind of a math-oriented brain type of deal. So I just straight to the answer, and it was always really obnoxious because the teacher would be like, oh, you gotta use the bling blong method where you gotta do blah 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 blah. Like you gotta do the butterfly method for multiplying fractions, and it's just like, why don't you just call it the crisscross, and you up to down, down to up. It's just that easy, and you're done. It's just that fast. Like I don't, or like they were trying to teach us arrays. You know, with like there's an array of numbers. You got like a 2 in one spot, then a 4, and then you got a whatever, and then it's like an array. And it's like, oh, how do we use these arrays? And it's just like A and B. You just got to do like on Battleship in a grid. The only math I ever really suffered with was fractions. I had a little bit of trouble with that. But decimals were really, really easy. So mentally, I just convert all fractions to decimals. The only time I don't do that is when it's more about the feeling of a number than it is about the actual number. Like when I'm like, oh, how long of the day was I spent doing this, then I'll say like, oh, it was about like 3/7 of the day or something instead of decimals. You know, I'm not gonna say it was 0.325 of the day or whatever. Is that even right? What is hold on, 3/7 in decimal, 0.428. Ugh, that's gross. It tried to give me the AI overview instead of an actual math answer. I instinctively just know to scroll away from that because that's gross. I can't stand this ever-present inclusion of AI in fucking everything. Like, okay, in some things it makes sense, like video game AI, but that's not what I mean. I mean like AI generators, like when you're like, I'm gonna make an art with the AI, or I'm gonna make a game with the AI, or I'm gonna make programming with an AI. It's like, that's not how that works. You're not making anything. It's not making anything either. It's just guessing. All that the AI does is just advanced guessing. And especially with AI, art generators, art in heavy quotation marks. It's because they have to steal it from like actual artists so that they can get their generalized estimations. And what's the point of that? Why would you want an AI to do art? Why wouldn't you want AI to do menial tasks like data entry and shit so that people can do art? Isn't that the whole point of technological advancement? Is so that we as people can do what people like to do instead of what people have to do. Like, I want to be able to make games and learn music and draw, but no, you have to do this or that to like not die. So why not have AI that can properly harvest and manage crops so that we don't have to, or have AI do menial like busy work or like hold on, something stuck in my throat. Why not have it do like bureaucracy type of deal? Well, not bureaucracy. You want people in the system and to deal with bureaucratic things, but you know what I mean. Why not have it like that? So that way we don't have to deal with all that annoying stuff, and we can do what humans like to do, which is, you know, create art, spend time with each other, enjoy a sunset, that type of deal. Why do you need an AI image generator to make it so that you not only have to go do basic data entry that a machine could do, but have it generate a picture of a sunset that is not only not real, but is also meaningless? Like, it's all about an artist putting their soul into their art that makes it art. It's the fact that a person had an idea and they put pen to paper or paintbrush to canvas or fucking hands to keyboard and they made something. Even if it's not perfect, even if it has problems, it's about the fact that a person did something. All AI is it's taking away the most important parts of creation and just efficiencying it for no reason. It's not about efficiency. Some things are. Machines are about efficiency. Clicker games are about efficiency. Factorio. But not everyday life. Like a day, you're not supposed to rush through a day and get through it as fast as possible. You're supposed to enjoy every moment in a day. And even if you can't enjoy every moment, enjoy what you can in a day. These all are like half-parroted opinions that I've gotten from sources or whatever, but I do believe them myself. I'm not very good at using my own words to say things, so a lot of the time I'll borrow others'. Because if you were to hear me try to give my genuine opinions just completely flat, it would make no goddamn sense. It would be like bleh, chicken scratch, you know? So these words I'm saying are just the closest way to express what I believe, I feel. I have been so annoyed recently because I have ADHD, you know, attention hyper deficiency disorder, attention deficient hyperactive disorder. That's it. I got that one. And it makes it really hard to pay attention, you know. It's the can't pay attention disease. I don't know if it counts as a disease. I don't know words. I don't know, but whatever. But YouTube shorts have been devastating to my paying attention abilities even more so, because like a lot of the time I would find myself sitting on the couch or sitting on my bed or even at my desk with my computer in front of me, and I've just got my hand, I've got my phone in my hand, and I'm just scrolling through YouTube shorts hearing a robot explain fucking comics that I've never read and don't care about, or saying, oh, look at this, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I would be like, okay, this one counts as educational, so technically I'm not wasting my time. And it's like a little fun fact about science. But the thing is, half of those are probably false. And even if they are real, you don't remember them. You don't remember anything from a YouTube short. Describe anything in the last 5 YouTube shorts you watched. You probably remember like one of them halfway, but not much. I've got this little application thingy on my phone. It's called like Revanced or something, and basically I've used it to. I have sponsor block and ad block built into my YouTube app now, so I don't have to see ads, I don't have to see sponsor segments, and it skips through them, that kind of thing. Helps with music too. It skips non-music sections in music videos and whatnot, so that way you can just have your music. But and so there I went through the settings, and you can basically customize every aspect of your YouTube. You can customize what colors things are. You can customize where you start out on YouTube. You can customize what options and buttons there are. And so I went through and I made sure that my phone is effectively no longer capable of even displaying a YouTube short. I can't get recommended them. I can't watch them. I can't do anything. So it's not they're not even shown to me. I've just got pre-YouTube short YouTube effectively. And it's nice. I don't find myself just blankly staring at my phone screen for no reason. And if I do, it's because I'm listening to a video instead of watching it, type of deal. It's not perfect. Obviously, I've got a million other things drawing away my attention, but it's helpful to get rid of at least something that's doing it. Supposedly there's an achievement you get if you click through this fast enough. There's like a clickable headline that will be like, oh, person gets achievement for clicking headline or something like that. I don't know. I talk so much. You make me sick, says Grandma. That's so sad. That's so sad. Very excited next week for Deltarune's release. I'm not going to do my Tears of the Kingdom stream next Wednesday because, you know, I need to play Deltarune. It's just more important. I hope you understand hypothetical future people. I haven't said that in a while. Yeah, in all my old streams on the Goober Gamer Guys channel, I would always talk about hypothetical future people. It's kind of like, it's my way of saying anybody who might be listening in the future in like a background noise sort of way, or someone who wants to go back and see like my old videos, something like that. I don't know. It was a useful shorthand, even though it's not that short. Hypothetical future people is kind of a long thing to say, but you know. It is definitely to the point where I make enough cookies that there's no point in me actively clicking on the cookie. Although, you know, it gives my hand something to do when I'm not clicking on the other stuff. It's been 50 minutes. Doesn't feel like it. I've just been kind of talking the whole time. Something I find really funny is podcasts. I don't watch any podcasts. I have like one podcast that I listen through like very rarely, like once in a blue moon, like once every few months I'll watch a single episode of it. And that's it. That's the only podcast I watch. But I always find the concept of podcasts so funny because it's like, what if we got a bunch of guys to sit in a room and say nothing for several hours? That's just a live stream. That's just what a live stream is. That's what this is. Except there's something for you to look at instead of just a bunch of guys sitting in front of microphones. There's like, you know, video game. Something I could not stand seeing is Chicken Jockey. Hello, Alice. Hello, Alice. How are you doing? Today is Random Friday, and we rolled Cookie Clicker. So, completely reset my save, and we're doing that. Just been talking, treating it like sort of like a YouTube stream diary type of deal. Just saying whatever comes to mind type of thing. I find that it's easier to treat the stream as if I'm talking to somebody. like my computer monitor is a person, but not like a person in like, oh, I think of it as a person type of way. Could you turn up your audio like a tad? Like my mic audio, like this? Is that better? Is that better for you? Yeah. By the way, sorry for the delay. There's probably about a 40-second delay, so that's not going to really apply for a minute. But yeah, I like to treat the YouTube stream when nobody's here as if I'm talking to somebody. Like it's a conversation and they're just sitting there listening. It makes it a lot easier to sit here, especially when nobody's here. Plus, that's kind of how I think a little more, okay? There you go. Talking, talking, talking. Blah, blah, blah. Is my game audio too loud? Am I too quiet? What do you mean? Let me open up the stream here and see. Was I inaudible for the whole stream? Because that would be really annoying. Let me just pop that on here. View your channel. Mute myself real quick. No, game audio was fine. I was just quiet. Mic was a bit low. That's fair. I was still audible, though, is all that matters. Okay, whatever. What was I saying? Oh, I was about to talk about something, but you're here now, so whatever. Do you want me to just continue like I was? Yeah, this is the issue when nobody shows up for a stream, is that I don't have anybody to help me set up my audio. I really need to get better at audio mastering, because there's like, okay, there's my speakers, there's my headphones, there's my computer, there's my microphone, there's the stream output, there's the OBS stuff, and all of them have to be set to the right things. And anytime you adjust one, you have to adjust all of them. But yeah, I'll just continue like I was talking about. I'll put the game audio back up to where it was, so you know you can hear that as well. Something I really hated when I was in school was basically people who are like super macho men type of deal. Like they would watch like an Andrew Tate podcast or some bullshit and hear them say like, oh, misogynist bullshit, buy my course, misogynist bullshit, that type of thing. And they would make it their whole personality. And it was so annoying because over the course of my 4 years in high school, like at first it wasn't rare, but it wasn't common either. Like it would happen occasionally and you would just kind of ignore it. But like by the end of my 4 years, people were going like blah, 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 blah. Like it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I was like, oh my God. And the worst thing is you can't say anything to these people. You can't be like, hey, can you stop being such like a misogynist asshole saying all this bullshit constantly? Because I'm just trying to do my science homework and I'm hearing you say like women are fucking this or that. And it's like really annoying. Because they'll like fucking knock your lights out. They don't care. They get expelled like every day of the week. They don't care. They'll just say whatever. And you just gotta fucking pretend they're not there. It was really obnoxious. I miss when fucking Andrew Tate was just that I've never seen Star Wars guy. Like, if you watch Salty DK Dan, he's my favorite YouTuber, Salty DK Dan is. I watch all of his videos. But he has a video in his Have You Heard About series from like 6 years ago, from when nobody knew who Andrew Tate was, just covering a series of tweets Andrew Tate made where he was like, oh, I've never seen Star Wars, and if you ever have, you're going to be a poor cuck unless you buy my course, buy my course, buy my course. You know, that kind of thing. And it was really funny, and I didn't hear his name for like 3 more years or 4 more years, and then the very next time I hear about him, it's from these assholes in my science class going, blah, 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 blah. Andrew Tate, he's so cool, I'm so fucking Sigma this or that shit. Like, what does that even mean? What does Sigma mean? When you say Sigma, what does that mean? Define it. Give me a definition. You can't. Because there isn't one. It's just fucking, TikTok, like, bullshit. Like, everybody's like, oh, I'm so Sigma because I'm this or that, and I don't like women. I don't... Like, I genuinely, if you, gun to my head, said, can you define what being Sigma is, I genuinely couldn't do it. Like, really. Like, I'm struggling to say this sentence. I don't even know what to say to give an impression of how I think about it. Because I just can't. There's just nothing there. Guess I'm being rude. I should probably ask, how are you doing, Alice? I haven't talked to you today yet. How are you doing? Do you want me to explain to you the concept of Random Friday, or you get it? It's just I play a random game on Friday. Today was Cookie Clicker. Since this Cookie Clicker, I've been trying to talk the whole stream. Just give something to... You know, I'm alright, I'm just chilling. That's fair, I'm just kind of chilling too. I was thinking I was going to watch a movie later tonight. I don't know what movie I'd watch. I was thinking about watching The Sixth Sense, but then I kind of got bored about it. You already know about Random Friday. Did I already tell you? I don't remember telling you about it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, who knows. One second, I'm going to go into settings. There we go. Now I can like click on Discord or whatever. See, like I'm clicking on Discord right now and it's still going. Guess not. Whatever. But yeah, I'm just chilling for today. Subnautica won the poll for Tuesday stream, so I guess that's what it's going to be. I'm going to be doing, for the next little while, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Subnautica, and then Tears of the Kingdom, and then Random Friday. That's my little thing for now. I'm thinking what I might do is that I might change it so that it's not Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, it's just the first game in the series. So that way the slot isn't being hogged for 4 goddamn years by Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. What's the first game called? Is it just Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, or is it like Phoenix Wright game name? Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Okay. Here, I'll just go to Discord real quick. Current stream schedule. There we go. Now on Mondays for now, it's just Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And then I'll put a new game there, and then eventually we'll play the second, and then same thing, and then we'll eventually play the third. You know. This fucking router I got is so weird. I've been trying to figure out like the best bot for it with the current setup I've got, and the current best thing to do is that when I need to stream, I move it into the middle of the room as far as I can get, with a direct view from my window, and have my blinds down, because if my blinds are up it messes with it, and if my green screen is up it messes with it. I swear to God, it feels like I'm just trying to understand the rules of like a magic system or something. Like a science that I don't know anything about, like a caveman starting from fire, having to learn how to do, like, what, chemistry, I guess? Like he knows that there is chemicals, or he doesn't even know that there's chemicals. He knows that there's liquids. He doesn't know what to do. He knows if you can combine things, they do stuff, but he doesn't know what that means. He's got to learn through experimentation. Yeah. Decided that for notifications for the live stream, live streams, I'm gonna stop notifying people in the Renaissance Discord when I'm live streaming. I'm gonna... Okay, I thought... Okay, I did have to sneeze. Bleh. But I'm just gonna do it in our server, our personal server for, these streams. And that's it. I've put a link to join the server for us in the Renaissance Discord in my little personal channel, so that people can join if they want to. Like, two people actually did join from the link already, from the Renaissance Discord. After stream, I'm gonna shower, I think, and then eat dinner, and then watch a movie. But after my movie, or maybe before my movie, I gotta set up a Discord bot for reaction rules, because currently what I have set up is there's like a Discord channels and roles feature that allows you to choose what roles you want and what channels you want, but that just feels too confusing for the average person. I feel like inherently everybody understands reaction rules, but not everybody inherently understands the built-in Discord systems. So I'm gonna have a reaction rules thing set up, and that's how you'll get notification rules and stuff. Plus, I'm pretty sure with the channels and rules things, you can't remove rules that you don't want anymore. Like, if you decide I don't want notifications for Valentine's streams or his videos anymore, I don't know that you can go ahead and do that. I am thinking about, with the Discord, I don't like how it's just the Goober Gamer Guys Discord, but just reformatted to be for my stuff. I'm thinking about making a new one, but I don't really know about that, especially because I've got like a whole year's worth of setup already done on there. I'm not saying it took a year of setup. I'm saying over the course of a year I set up all this stuff, so it would be obnoxious. But I don't want to completely reformat the Goober Gamer Guys group Discord into just being my personal Discord, because that kind of feels like a jerk thing to do, you know? I mean, I don't really think that the Goober Gamer Guys even is a thing anymore. I think that's just... I think technically it was only like a thing for a little while, because Alice couldn't really do streams. Well, Alice needed help to do streams, and they didn't do them. Bog, he did a couple of streams, well, only like 3 or 4 maybe. Xbox, he made a video or 2, but he never did streams. I was the only one who like regularly did videos and streams. So it hasn't really been a thing for a while. I'm not like saying that to like shit talk them. Nobody has time for bullshit all the time. Sometimes you just gotta like do your job or like relax or whatever. You can't be fucking doing the Goober Gamer Guys. You can stream now. Well, that's fine. Well, you can stream now, but I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot you were here, and I just went back on my monologuing on my own type deal. But you can make your own channel to do live streams on, and that would be good. Because, I mean, the Goober Gamer Guys is a dead channel. We don't make videos for it anymore. It'd be kind of, like, I mean, you could start it back up if you want. But you're going to have to do a lot of explaining, like, constantly. Because if anybody from, like, old streams joins, they're like, hey, who are you? Blah, 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 what's going on? You're going to have to be like, oh, I'm not him. He's doing his own thing now. It's, like, a different... It'd be way easier to just start from fresh and make your own channel and be like, okay, these are my streams type of deal. I mean, do you even want to be a streamer? Do you even want to do, like, streams and videos and stuff? I love the GGG. Well, I'm not saying, like, we're abandoning it. I mean, the Goober Gamer Guys can still be a thing that we all are a part of, even if it's not, like, a thing that we actively make videos for. Like, this is our little group title, if you want. Honestly, I've always thought that the name Goober Gamer Guys was kind of stupid. I mean, I'm the one who came up with it, but that was just because earlier in the day my grandpa had called me a goober, and I was like, hey, that's kind of a funny word, goober. And then later we were like, hey, let's decide a name. And I was like, what if we call ourselves the Goober Gamer Guys? Because then it's GGG and it's alliteration, and alliteration is cool. But, like, as I was saying, do you even want to make streams and videos? Or is that, like, I do it, it's mainly as a hobby, but I feel like it's something I really enjoy doing. But I've never asked you, do you even want to do streams and videos? Is that something you're interested in? Like, you want to regularly do live streams on a set time and play games for people and all that kind of stuff. Gotta wait till 5 million cookies then buy this. I'd like to make commentary videos. Well, yeah, you can do that, but that's a way different type of thing from what the Goober Gamer Guys was supposed to be, I guess. The Goober Gamer Guys was just very poor, low effort shit posts from a person who, or for people who fundamentally just didn't know how to make YouTube videos. I mean, I still don't really know how to make YouTube videos, but I know more now. Like, I was still using MS... When the channel started, I was using MS Paint to make the thumbnails. And then I moved on to Canva, and the thumbnails were kind of garbage, but they were still fine. And now I use Photopea, which is, like, free Photoshop online. So that's... Like, I'm slowly working my way through, like, using more professional, more functional ways of doing stuff for making videos. Like DaVinci Resolve is now my editing software instead of just Clipchamp. I actually am like using tutorials and all that kind of stuff and learning how to make actual higher effort videos than just glorified fucking slideshow, you know? That's what most of my videos on the Goober Gamer Guys channel were just glorified slideshows. Because, I mean, every few seconds I would move the little character around and be like, ah, this or that. I think I need to go get something to drink. I got a thing stuck in my throat. Oh, hey Alice, since you got here late, you didn't get to see the wheel. Do you want to see what things were on the wheel? I'll show you what was on the wheel, because I just realized it's going to be 40 seconds until you can see that. This was the wheel. We've got Hollow Knight doing some playing on Steel Soul. Have Hades, Slay the Spire, Baba's You, Peglin, Cookie Clicker, which is what we landed on, Such Art, Celeste, which I would have had to land on twice, and Pokemon Showdown. I've got nothing against Celeste. It's just I feel like that wouldn't be a very good random Friday stream. That would be a good regular day stream. But people wanted me to add Celeste, I think. Chill out. Okay, this is funny. I am in the middle of my live stream and I get a notification from our personal server where there's just me and my friends, and let me put the message on screen. Let me put this on screen and show you. Bog says, why this motherfucker look like one of the mimics from Vita Carnus? Then he posts fucking Lucas Crookshank of Fred. Fred himself, he posts Fred in front of a Walmart at night for some reason. Is that even him? Is that even... I can't actually tell if that's the actual guy or not. Xbox just immediately responded because he is. So true, so true. I'm just gonna delete that and then go ahead and go into my files and delete my screenshot of that because I don't need that on my... I do not need that. No offense, I just... Why would I need that image ever? Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some water, use the bathroom, I guess. back. I got a water. I've got tonsil stones, I think is what they're called. Like little white balls of gross that generate in the back of your neck near your tonsils, and they're really annoying and they get stuck in your throat a lot, and so you have to like hack them out. I only get one every like a week or two, and you just cough them out and then they're gone. And it's not that big a deal, but they are kind of annoying. Yeah. Trying to think of what to say next. I don't really know. Having fun. I like the stream so far. Pretty chill. Haven't been any, issues because I'm not trying to use an emulator or set up a capture card. So it's actually, working. So that's pretty nice. But yeah. This music made with old notification sounds? Hold on, you can't hear the... Just realized you weren't even hearing the game sounds. Maybe I should tell a story. Shouldn't just sit here in silence. Sounds like the Nintendo Switch click. You ever hear that? You know that? Here, listen. Hold on, you're not getting game capture audio at all, are you? That's weird. You weren't getting game sounds. Wonder why. Whatever. I fixed it. I guess there's 2 instances of Cookie Clicker, I guess. So, major city being renamed Valentineville after world-famous cookie manufacturer. Wow. Good old Valentineville, yeah. I guess I could tell... Oh, yeah, I really like playing Civ 6 with my friends, but I make sure that they don't like playing Civ 6 with me. For a little bit of background details before I get into the story, I will always name my capital city Johannesburg because there is the city of Johannesburg and I am American, so burger. I am truly a beacon of ingenuity and creativity and the humor community. Humor community? What? But it's mainly because I'm too lazy to come up with a funnier name, so I'm just like Johannesburger. Plus, then all my friends always know that when I say Johannesburg, I mean my capital. Even though I could just say my capital. But, so, I always play as this one guy. I think his name is like Harold something. But, it's Civ 6, specifically. We play Civ 6. I realized how good I am at just prioritizing religion and nothing else. Because if you do religion, they don't care that much about amenities. And if you do it right, food also gets you religion. And so this one time we were doing a playthrough of it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go full religion this time, and I invented badass snake religion. You can ask Xbox his opinion of badass snake religion; he'll tell you. And basically, It was called that because the icon image I used was just the little picture of the snake that comes preset in all the games. It's like, oh, here, we got a bunch of religion icons, and you can use this one. It's like a snake. They got like a crab and a scorpion. There was badass scorpion religion. Or there was cool-ass scorpion religion, awesome-ass fish religion, badass snake religion. They were all some type of really cool animal religion. And badass snake religion's whole deal was that I had maximized faith to the extent that, like, I was able to just buy, like, a priest every single turn, and I was able to buy a saint. I don't remember what they're called. The ones that have, like, higher powers than missionaries. And every 3 turns, or 4 or 5 turns. I don't remember, but I bought a lot of them. And basically, after spreading out to an extent, I just started spreading badass snake religion as much as humanly possible, because I didn't care about any casualties, and I was just able to make more religion than people were able to get rid of. And so I conquered the entirety of my home continent. There was just 2 big, sort of circular continents in this game, and I was the only player on mine, I believe. Although, I might have had another player on my continent, I don't remember. But the other two people I remember were in that were Xbox and Soup. And they were on the other continent. And there was like 3 AIs on their continent, and there was like 3 AIs on my continent. And so I completely converted all of my continent. And then I got invaded by Soup and Xbox, I believe, and they were like killing me. And I was like, no guys, please, we're friends, and I want to continue playing the game with you. I don't want to just get kicked out. Can't we deal with the AIs first and then deal with each other? And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever. Basically, I did what I call a cockroach maneuver, where I do everything in my power, no matter the cost, to not die, because you can always recover unless you have absolutely nothing, you know? So I wait until they forget about me and they deal with the other AIs like Japan and all that kind of stuff, and I just buy like a million missionaries, and I send them all to one specific area in Arabia, I think it was, and they're all set there on every single tile of this country. And then I initiate what I called the snakening, where I then snaked all over the place. And completely, in one turn, I think, the maximum, I think I converted 3 cities to my religion in one turn. It was crazy. That was the maximum I did. Basically, I was converting at least a city a turn. And after like 10 turns, I had just completely covered basically all of the AI civs cities with my religion, and all that was left was Xbox and Soup. And they fought hard. But there was nothing they could do. There was absolutely nothing they could do to stop me from snaking all over the place. And before they could actually do anything, before they could set up an invading force to go kill me and kill all my missionaries, I just converted everybody to my religion and won the game. They still hate me for this. They call me an asshole whenever it's brought up, because I bring it up a lot to show that I am better than them at Civ 6 because I refuse to play good. They were immediately like, it's such a bitch strategy. It's such a stupid strategy. I was like, oh yeah, then how come I beat you? I mean, they're right, but like, still. It was really funny. But yeah, Xbox has snake PTSD. If you ever mention badass snake religion around him, he will act violent. Like he will throw hands. Someone will die. He will not care. It's pretty funny. How loud is the game audio, like the little background music, compared to my talking? Because I want to make sure I'm not getting drowned out, but I also want to make sure you can still hear the background music. Look outside my window for a minute. See if there's anybody going anywhere. Anything going on. Doesn't seem to be. I think this was a pretty good option for the very first Random Friday. Just me hanging out talking instead of me getting really angry at the Renaissance or whatever. I'm not even tired. I'm just kind of in a yawning mood, you know? Constantly. That wasn't a real yawn. That was just me trying to imitate what a yawn is, but I'm not very good at imitation. I'm good at lying. One of the funniest things ever to do is like to lie about something really stupid, like to mess with a friend about like a video game or something, and use like super advanced manipulation tactics or trickery and all that kind of stuff, just for like the stupidest fucking reasons. Like Alice is here. I could tell you an example of one of the times this happened. So me and Xbox were deciding, hey, what if we made a Friday Night Funkin' mod that was like really, really shitty, where I'm like the enemy, and we use pictures of me in my different hats as the different directions, and we were like, yeah, that would be really funny because Bog, he really likes Friday Night Funkin', and so I was like, okay, Xbox, we need to find out what Bog's least favorite song is, and we realized, well, if we ask Bog what's your least favorite song, he's gonna fucking tighten his lips like crazy. And so I went to Alice and I said, Alice, I can't give you any information. I need you to ask Bog what his least favorite song is. And then Alice, they went and did that, and Bog obviously tightened his lips and he didn't say anything. And so behind the scenes, I went and I got in a call with Xbox and Bog and was like, hey, is Alice asking you what your least favorite song is? And he was like, yeah, Alice is. And I was like, oh wait, I wonder why that's going on. They're trying to ask me what my least favorite song is. They're trying to sneakily get this information to mess with us. We shouldn't do this. And then after like 30 minutes of talking, I got Bog to loosen his lips and tell me what his least favorite song was. And it was so fucking funny because Xbox behind the scenes was messaging me the whole time, and we were going fucking crazy. We were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this whole this stupid fucking plan is working." And when he finally admitted, "Oh yeah, my least favorite song is this specific song," Xbox sent like a death note, and I'll take a potato chip and eat it. And I was like, yeah, that is exactly how I felt at that moment. Was like fucking Light from Death Note doing some batshit insane this or that plan for the stupidest fucking reason to find out what Bog's least favorite song was for a Friday Night Funkin' mod that we didn't end up making. It was comedy gold. It was comedy gold. We might still make it one of these days, but I just gotta hope that Bog doesn't like to listen to my streams as background audio or anything. Or that Alice doesn't blab. Alice knew none of it. Alice was completely in the dark. They had no idea any of this was going on. I'll make whatever I want to make. You don't command me. You don't get to go make this or that. I'll do it if I want to. I'm gonna check Discord real quick. See if I got any messages. time. Nothing. I see you adding Bog right now and telling him to watch my stream. Very, very, very blab of you. I thought I could trust you. Immediately tells Alice a secret so that they could be in on it. Immediately ruins it by telling Bog. Like, what the fuck? I'm never telling you anything again, Alice. You ruined my trust. Yaha. Fuck you. Spin the wheel. I did that an hour and a half ago. Anyway, Alice is just trying to get you in here to ruin stuff. It's not important. You can go, Bog. You don't need to watch the stream. It's just cookie clicker for the whole thing. That's what the wheel landed on for Random Friday number 1. Was a little bit of cookie clicker. Where I click at the cookie and the cookie gets clicked. Where I click on the cookie and the cookie gets clicked. Alice, I don't know. Cookie clicker is boring. My attention span is dying. Sucks to be you. I don't... Sorry, I guess. Kind of have to deal with it. I need Subway Surfers? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna make my streams this or that. I talked about this in my last Tears of the Kingdom stream 2 days ago. I hate when people will come on the stream and be like, oh, add Subway Surfers, add Subway Surfers, this or that, do this or that, or have this for funny, and blah, blah, blah. Because they'll always do it, and then they'll just not care anymore. Like, the people who come here to be like, add Subway Surfers so that I have something to do, add soap cutting in the corner or something, they're the people who don't actually want to be here for the stream. They're just here who want to, like, bother me or some shit. So, no, I'm not going to give in to your demands. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I'm just going to ignore any messages about you asking for it. But yeah, Bog, if you want to know what Alice is trying to ruin the secret for, I was talking about it for about 15, maybe 10 minutes before you got here. Like right before you got here, the previous 10 minutes. So, if you want, you can go back and watch that, but I doubt you care. I'm going to be honest. It's not really something you'd care about. Just boring stories and shit. Are you going to play Night Rain? I did. I played Night Rain yesterday, actually. I'm going to turn my AC on. It's getting a little hot in here. Sorry. Deal with the AC noise. You just kind of got to... Because I think me not dying of heat is a little bit more important than a YouTube live stream. But yeah, I played a bit of Night Rain yesterday. I liked it. It's pretty good. Play some more sometime soon. Mostly excited for tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. For Wednesday. Gonna get me some Deltarune. I'm not gonna be live streaming Deltarune. Other people will be. I just don't see any point in it. Especially because I want my playthrough to be for me and not for anybody else. My Deltarune playthrough is mine. It's not gonna be about, oh, doing bullshit this, that. It's gonna be about my experience with the game just for me. I don't think anybody really cares because there's nobody who watches my streams, so there's not anybody who's going to be like, no, but you gotta play Deltarune for me, specifically, so I can watch. It's like, there's nobody like that, so I'm fine. And even if there was, I wouldn't give a damn. The fine art of not giving a shit is very important. I don't know if Bog did go back to listen to the story or what, so... I don't know if they're still here. Especially because there's like a 40-second delay between when I say things and when chat gets them, so. I want to watch you play Deltarune. I don't care. Sucks to suck. Eat shit. Yes, I am clicking on the cookie. I've got a point. Listen, I'm not running out of things to say. I think you are. Sorry, ignore that sound. Good to see we haven't dropped any frames yet. Stream is going strong, I guess. Considering the fact that Bog hasn't said anything, I assume he immediately, like, went back to bed, or he either went back 10 minutes to listen, or he went to bed. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go blow my nose. Can't breathe. I'm back. Bog, you still there? I don't think he is. I think he left. I mean, I could check. If I... Hold on. If I go here, open the stream, mute this tab first, so we don't get echo type of deal. I can look in the chat and see any participants. Nope. He is gone. $14 million. I guess I just gotta wait a minute. I should probably tell a story, but I don't really know what to tell right now. I'd have to think about it for a second. Oh, I had a funny conversation the other day. I was talking to like my parents, and I was like talking about Legoland, like, you know, like the amusement park place. And I was like, I think it would be cool to go to Legoland. And they were like, oh, but you've been to Legoland. I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, oh, when you were a little kid, we took you to Legoland. And I'm like, that doesn't really count. They were like, yeah, it does. It totally counts. You went to Legoland. I was like, but the thing is, I'm not that person. I'm not like the baby that I was. Like, I don't remember shit from that. I didn't get to go to Legoland. A baby who turned into me went to Legoland. He didn't get to enjoy it. He didn't get to fucking put together the blocks and all that kind of thing. It was just a little kid who happened to eventually be me had gone to Legoland type of deal. You know what I'm saying? You get it? Because, like, although I myself have been to Legoland, I haven't gotten to experience it because those memories are completely lost Like, I don't get to ever remember going to Legoland because, you know, it was just the baby that happened to be me did. It basically feels the exact same as hearing that another kid went to Legoland. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me because I don't have the memories. It's kind of weird about that because, like, the way I think about it is, like, you have to take accountability for your actions that you don't remember, but you also don't get to enjoy the things that you don't remember, I feel. Is weird. Isn't that weird? Like you get the bad stuff of things you don't remember. Like, if you get blackout drunk and you kill somebody, then, like, oh, you still murdered someone. But if you don't remember having a nice day at the park, then that's just gone. You just don't get to have that nice day at the park anymore. I mean, obviously it's different because there's not very many scenarios where you just, you know, your actions don't, or you have actions that you don't do that cause you to forget. Like in the blackout drunk example, you chose to drink, most likely. So, like, I mean, there's exceptions, obviously. Like, someone else got you blackout drunk, or you are on or someone put drugs in your system, or you got amnesia or some shit. Like, that counts. You're technically not accountable for those actions, I guess. Legoland trip. I don't have money. I don't have fucking any money right now. And I probably won't for a long time. I am poor. I mean, I guess that would be nice, but I don't really think I get much out of Legoland anymore. Like, I mean, it's more of like a, I think it would be cool to go to Legoland, but if I were to actually go to Legoland, it probably wouldn't be that much fun, because that's for, you know, kids. Ah. My hand kind of hurts. It's been about an hour 40 since stream started. Just gonna let it go for a minute and chill. Just relax, lean back in my chair and hang out, kinda. You know, before I decided to just spin the wheel to decide, I was thinking I would have to just decide myself. I was thinking we might do TF2 for today, but I'm kind of glad that instead I went with a wheel and I got a cookie clicker. It's pretty nice. Just a simple, chilling and talking kind of stream. It's a lot easier to put my thoughts out there as words than it is to just have them sit in my head. You know, I used to think I was really funny because I would always nickname my cookie clicker bakery as Food Poisoners. Food Poisoners Bakery, come and get our cookies. Absolutely nothing vile in these cookies. Try them. The first one's free. The grave isn't. You've got to pay in advance because it's poisoned. This cookie will kill you. Buy now. Like, I thought that was the funniest shit in the world. I mean, it's alright. It's not like it's not funny, but it's not. It's more of like a like, it doesn't even really need to be acknowledged, but it's like at that level of not needing to be acknowledged, it's fine type of deal. I need to figure out what's wrong with this here. Look at that. It's wrong. I've got 27 right now. At least I do. Someone might unsubscribed, actually. Hold on. Let Let me check that. Is that the reason why? Did I lose a subscriber? Why? Mute tab. View your channel. Okay, I got 27. So, no, the little counter's wrong. I don't know why. It probably just doesn't update for small numbers, so having it be like this is probably messed up. Or maybe at the start of every stream I have to fix it. Like I have to put a new link in there, kind of like with YouTube chat. Like if you have YouTube chat set up in the stream, you gotta have that set up with the new link every single time for each stream. I wouldn't think it would be like that because it's just a YouTube subscriber counter, but whatever. Maybe it doesn't update frequently unless you got their stupid ass premium subscription or whatever. $50 million, goddamn. Ah. Check on Discord, see if I got any new messages. Alright, I got nothing. I guess I'm not that famous. I don't even get any Discord messages while I'm streaming. I don't get 10 million people going, give me subscriber, you know, because I have none, because I'm not famous. I don't think I'd like being famous. To be honest, I don't like most things, so that's probably why. Why did I ban myself from an auto clicker? Oh. Damn it. Damn you. No. Never. You'll never get any subscribers from me, Alice. Alice Discord. I'm trying to think about things I could add to the stream. Like have chat on the side, have like a this or that on the side. I used to do like a year ago I had chat on the side, and I thought that was neat, but personally I don't really think it fits. I don't really think it fits like what I like to do. I don't think having chat on the side really makes a lot of sense for me. I think I'm more of a no chat on the screen kind of guy. Because none of you are as important as me. I need the full stage for myself. But not really. Okay, we've been going an hour 48. I think I can stop for now. End off the stream here. Ugh. I'd say we could spin the wheel for next time, but that's kind of like the big draw. Is that the beginning of the stream we decide? So I'm not gonna do that for now. Hold on. Gotta sign into this wheel of names thing. Save as Friday. Save. Done. Okay. And I don't know. I don't think I have anything else for like the screen for while I talk. So let's talk. That's where I'm gonna end off here. Thanks for watching the stream. I guess again, I still haven't figured out what to say at the end of these darn things. But I guess have a nice day. I guess I'm saying I guess a lot. I hypothesize that you have a nice day. Goodbye.